Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Great or Bait, the greatest series on YouTube. Welcome to episode 6, where today I am incredibly excited because we get to test one of the most recent cars added to the game, and by far the one with the most hype as of recent, that being the AMR Pro. And a lot of people seem to think this car is one of, if not the best car in the game, and today I'm going to disprove that by comparing it to the Hot Wheels Bad to the Blade, a staple of grip and performance in this game. So yeah, let's get right into it, and let's start with the AMR Pro itself. So, let's start with drifting, of course, because that's what we do here. We start with drifting, and I gotta say, I went into this thing thinking it'll suck absolute balls, and I was proven wrong pretty fast. This thing is actually cracked, and it's so funny to me that a car that is so slow as this, because as you'll see later, it has basically no acceleration, and that's why it sucks in some of the areas. But a car as slow as this is actually able to get so many points. So that was a 143.8, and my personal best here, which you'll see now, is a 144, which is pretty fucking insane. That's the second highest score I gotten so far, just barely behind the Noble. It's insane. This car has a very weird combination of things, and this run here wasn't even that great, and yet it scored amazingly. It has great control, and a very decent power to weight ratio. Despite not having that much power, it actually pulls through. So yeah, I don't really have much to complain here. I gave it an 8.5. It's pretty fucking good. It was definitely a surprise. Here's where the disappointment starts though. So let's put on our tinfoil hats here. This car is not fast. In fact, it is very, very slow. It is tremendously slow. So here's my attempt at getting it to brake 400 kilometers an hour, which is, I believe, is like 251 miles an hour or something like that, 252 maybe. And I failed. I really did. I went ahead and tried for a little bit here, and the best I could do is 399. Now, the reason for that is the developers gave this car an absolutely cooked aero coefficient, and as a result, this car just cannot do high speeds to save itself. Like, its top end is completely ruined, which is a shame. It really is, because it kind of just downplays the car in a lot of sections. So for only getting a 299, I gave it a 2.5. Okay, now on to the acceleration part. Again, Travis is going to be our tester for today, and to his and my disappointment, this car is very slow in terms of acceleration. It has I guess a decent launch, I don't know, but as you can see, it already struggles so hard to break that 200 mile an hour barrier, which is pretty pathetic. I mean, look at that Jesco zooming by. So yeah, 3 out of 10 for not even breaking the 14 seconds barrier. It's a shame. Now, here is where everyone is going to expect this car to do a 10 out of 10. I would expect. And while I was also expecting it to do well, it definitely did very well. So you'll see here that this is, oh yeah, I have 2 runs, correct. So it is basically a watered down version of the Bad to the Blade. It has about the same amount of grip, maybe a little bit less, maybe like a tiny bit less, like 5% or even less than that. It's very marginally less grippy than the Bad to the Blade, but it just has such a terrible acceleration in comparison, man. It is so bad. So my personal best here, I believe, is a 38.7, which you are looking at in this lap. And look at that, it zoomed through that first corner with 230 kilometers an hour. That's like 142 or something like that in terms of miles an hour. It's insane. It's really fast. Keep in mind, this is X-Class. This is maxed out completely. You won't be able to do this in Rivals, of course, but that's not the point. We test out cars here to check their absolute max potential. So here's the thing. I debated giving this thing a 10 out of 10, and I really did. I really wanted to give this thing a 10 out of 10, but I tested the Bad to the Blade later, and I concluded that this is just not it. So I gave this thing a 9.5 out of 10. I know it's going to be a bit controversial, but I think it's fair. So yeah. Okay. Dirt. Man. Here's the thing. This is another one of those cars that doesn't get off-road tires, and it shows. And also the fact that it lacks acceleration a lot hurts it very bad on this track, because this track really favors acceleration. In fact, I mean, almost anything in this game favors acceleration, but especially this track, the Teotihuacan. So it's not bad. It's alright, I suppose, but it lacks grip in some areas, and it shows, man. It is not a pleasant car to drive, in my opinion, and I would not suggest using this. It got a time that's like good, not even good. It's like whatever for S1, and this thing is X class. Keep in mind. So yeah, it's pretty bad. Overall, not pretty bad. It's average, because at the end of the day, we compare all cars here, but just because it's nothing great and it lacks the best tires, I couldn't give it more than a 6 out of 10, especially when compared to other cars that I've tested. It's just about there. So yeah, there's a list here. The AMR Pro got a 29.5 out of 50, very close to that 6 out of 10 average. I kind of expected that. Actually, I expected a little bit better before testing, but I guess that's just how it was. I can't say I'm too surprised either, because devs just nerfed this thing so hard, and I mean so hard, and it's a shame, but at the end of the day, 6 out of 10 almost. Now let's move on to the BTTB. Ooh, okay, I really liked testing this thing, man. It was so much fun, and in terms of drifting, this is a beast. So if you thought I praised the AMR Pro a little much, you're gonna see me praising this thing a lot more, because man, it is amazing. I don't know if it was just me having a good day that day, or maybe it's just this track that's built for this car very well, but it smashed it. Already a 144.3, which puts it above the Noble, by the way. And this one is a 144.4. It's just insane. And look at that reverse, I mean, not reverse entry, just that entry there. It is so good. It has the perfect power to weight ratio. And mind you, this run is mediocre. Like, I messed up the lines hard. The transitions are whatever. Like, I could have done this run so much better, and I still got the highest score I managed in all of my testing. So because of that, I'm pretty sure this card deserves an easy 9 out of 10, man. It is so good. Again, the Heelys heel for both of these cars is going to be their top speed. However, this thing did perform a little bit better, like noticeably better. It definitely breached the 400 km/h barrier, and I believe it managed a 415, which is not too bad. I think 417 is the max. I gave it a 3 out of 10, so yeah, it's a bit better. 417 is the max. I tested that a couple months ago, but you know. Okay, here's the acceleration clip, and I'm glad to say that this thing did marginally better than the AMR Pro. It actually got a sub 13. It's got like 12.9, which is noticeably better. It's like over a second faster. So the acceleration definitely isn't that bad on this car. It's nothing crazy, of course. I still only gave it a 6 out of 10, but I mean, it's not bad. It's pretty good. Definitely, oh shit. Definitely pretty good. Alright. Wait, where's the clip start? Oh yeah, so this is where I have to explain why I'm gonna have to give this thing a 10 out of 10. And I don't think most people need this explanation, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So in case you didn't know, and I'm sure most of you already know, this thing is the meta for a lot of tracks in S2, and I'm not even talking about circuits here. I'm talking about some sprints as well. It is insane. It is by far the most overpowered car in this game in terms of what it can do in S2, right? It is the most I don't know, man. It's so fast. It just zooms by. I don't know why I recorded 2 laps and put it together. Whatever, I'm not even gonna bother editing this, because I get to talk about it a bit more. But this car did a 37 seconds dead, which is ridiculous. It is over a second quicker than the AMR Pro, and as a result, I just can't, man. It's a 10 out of 10. I only imagine the Sesto being faster than this, and we'll test that one day, but still, for now, that is the benchmark. And in terms of dirt, well, What can I say? This car is great, even without the off-road tires, which is crazy to me. I wish they give it off-road tires because this would probably dominate a lot of tracks, especially where acceleration is needed. I haven't tested CLK yet, and I know that car is going to be the 10 out of 10, benchmark for dirt, because obviously, I mean, it holds the world record on its track in S2, but I'm not sure how much I'm gonna score with it. I'm guessing something like a 56 seconds. With this, I managed a 59, like a mid 59. And keep in mind, it has no off-road tires, and I did like 10 laps. This is the third that you're seeing here after I reset like once or twice to adjust the gears and the damping a little bit. It wasn't an insane lap, but I decided to keep it because I didn't did that many mistakes. But yeah, it's definitely not bad. Like, I can see why it's usable and for some tracks in it too, even without the off-road tires. It's pretty great. I wish they gave them. I wish this car had them, because damn. So yeah, 7.5. It's great. It's not bad. It broke the 1 minute barrier. Not too bad at all. So there you go. There is the Hot Wheels BTTB scoring 35.5 out of 50 for an average of 7.1 out of 10. And yeah, to those people who said that this AMR Pro is the new best car in the game, I'm sorry, but the BTTB is literally better in every aspect by like 1 or 2 points. So yeah, that was episode 6. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.